Hey everyone, hi, it's Lisa Clayton of lisaaclayton.com and the leader and founder of the Inner Leader Movement. Today is Tuesday, January 21st, and we're hopping on here to give you the Monday mantra, a belated Monday mantra from yesterday. Yesterday here in the US, it was Martin Luther King Day. It was a holiday, so we took a retreat and did some radical self-care ourselves. I have a special guest today, Indigo Mystic. Who was my radical self-care this weekend as we went up to the lower Sierra foothills and had such a wonderful getaway. And as we were driving home yesterday, the Monday mantra got downloaded to us from the angels. And the Monday mantra for this week, I always like to print it out and put it on my mirror, is that radical self-care goes beyond the mind. It's soul knowing. Oh, I love this one so much because that's the energy of 2020. It's coming into knowing. So it's about the end of 2016, kind of recall back in your life where you were about 2016, 2017, 18, and all of last year was about this search and discovery, kind of this excavation of removing layers and masks that we have worn to cover up our true essence. So we were kind of in this searching mode. And we are coming, and really about the last half of 2019, we came more into the soul's knowing. The more that we took away those layers and peeled away those layers, the more that our soul was given a voice and the mind would quiet down. So this is a time of knowing, going into the soul's knowing. So some of the downloads that came through yesterday was that the mind and ego want to convince you what is right and wrong and what you need to stop doing or start doing that or start doing this, and this creates this anxiety and this discomfort. So the angels were saying, when the mind says do this, do that, or you should be doing this, or you have to do this, or you must do this, it creates this anxiety current. So the more that we can stay focused on our heart, the more that we can do heart focused breathing, the more that we can make our heart strong and physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, the more that it opens up to receive these beautiful messages that come from divine, that come from our intuitive intelligence, and that come from all of the earth signs around us. That's what the Inner Leader Movement's about. It's about connecting into this circuitry of above resources, within resources, and the earth resources here below. So radical, when we think of that word radical, why are the angels saying radical self-care? A lot of times that even creates anxiety when we think of something radical. But they're saying, no, radical is just far-reaching. Reach for the stars. Reach for the far-reaching energy beyond the limits of the mind. So they just kept saying, this is what radical self-care is. So 2020 is really important that we incorporate this radical self-care because 2020 is about clear vision. I think I spoke about that in another Monday mantra, this 2020 vision. When we have 2020 vision, it's clear, it's concise, it's precise. We don't have to wear glasses. That would be a wonderful thing for me. But I have computer glasses, driving glasses, reading glasses. But in the spiritual realm and the soul knowing realm, 2020 is about having this clear vision. So it's no longer about searching and seeking. It's about knowing our soul purpose. So they were saying, here's some things that came through. Radical self-care requires self-discipline. Self-discipline for what? To show up. They were saying it's so simple. Just show up. Do what you can do and show up every day and live the moment that you are given. So even if you're navigating through some really tough times and really uncomfortable situations, what the angels were saying is that there is something that you can do every single day, and that's just show up. So it might be just doing one thing for one person, for yourself. Like I think about when I wake up and like, well, who is it that really needs some extra love today? And first start with yourself because you always can use that extra love hug. And then think of someone else that you could just call, write, show up, and give them your love. That's what radical self-care is. They were saying it's so simple. The soul knows your purpose, and your higher heart reminds us that it's that simple as just to show up. So, radical self care, they also said, brings your intentions of what you can do, set your intentions in your heart and soul, because that's what manifests quickly. When we give the attention to what the mind thinks we should be setting as intentions, that takes a longer time because we have to figure it out. But the soul knows. When you put those intentions in your heart, the soul knows what you need and will always guide you to what you need. So that's one of the things I said, though, is a radical self-care removes the attention from the mind and to create that the mind creates these thoughts that are untrue, or they sabotage what the soul knows. I love that. I'm like, oh yeah, sometimes my thoughts get in the way. Sometimes my thoughts even block my intuition. Even when my intuition is like really strong, I'm still questioning it and saying, should I really trust that what's coming through in my intuition? Because this hasn't settled down and I'm still giving attention to the old thought patterns of my mind. Okay, so the soul knows emotions can throw you off track and will help you realign the energy and light through your chakra system. So making sure your chakras internally in your human vehicle are balanced, and also through your heart rate variability, so which is what I teach through heart math, is getting calm and coherency built up in your system by doing some heart focused breathing techniques and activating love, care, and appreciation and gratitude instead of anxiety, worry, frustration, and anger. Now, sometimes those feelings are going to happen, but it's the thought process we put to the feelings. If we just, if we start really focusing on those feelings and let them keep running this loop in our system, that's going to throw us off balance. But if we honor that those feelings are coming up and look for the truth behind those feelings, what's causing these feelings? First question, is it mine or is it someone else's? Is it the news that's feeding in this fear, this anxiety? Is it other people around me, or is it my truth? So that's always there to say that's radical self-care. Ask yourself a few simple questions when these feelings come up. And let's see, what else? There was another one that I wanted to share with you. Let's see. No, just the self-discipline, staying focused in the heart, keeping that open heart. And that it's so, oh, I know, it's the 5 minutes, first 5 minutes of each day. So, and I've been doing this practice for about a year now. So before my feet hit the ground out of the bed, I take 5 minutes. If I have to set my alarm for 5 minutes extra or whatever it is, but radical self-care is about taking the first 5 minutes of your day and setting the attitude and the energy for the day. So that could be just giving gratitude for waking up and having another gift of the possibilities in each day are endless, and recognizing the beauty all around you, the beautiful things you have on your wall, the comfort of your bed, taking in those feelings and activating that energy. That will set the tone for the entire day. 5 minutes before your feet hit the ground every day is a form of radical self-care. And then that helps the flow. This mind wants to control the attention that you give the task and the external things every day. Not that they are not important. We have to navigate through the day with tasks. I have to do accounting and bookkeeping for my business for sure, but it doesn't mean it takes over and starts my day with thinking about what day it is and what bills I have to pay. Okay, that is a whole different. So radical self-care goes beyond the daily task and the external and brings us within and sets the energy and vibration for the day. So those are the main points for incorporating radical self-care. The energy for this week, we are still winding up and closing up chapters for 2019. We haven't really started into this vibrant, really dynamic energy of 2020 yet. So we still have some time to close up, clear out the clutter, open up new space, this 2020 crystal clear vision that we're setting the template for this year to carry us through the next decade. So let's see what the angels have to say. Indigo, would you like to come up here and choose an angel card for the audience today and talk about more of this radical self-care that you've been taking, which in Indigo's book right today, because she had quite a bit of travel days these last 3 days, has been sleeping. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll shuffle the cards energetically in the energy that we've created today, and then we'll have Indigo pick with her paw what the angels that are going to assist us in this radical self-care. It's so important to change the way that we have created rituals, the way that we have created thought patterns, our attitudes. This is all part of radical self-care. And a lot of times we think, oh, it's about, getting a massage or taking a retreat. Yeah, that's part of it, but it's not all of it. Getting a massage will open up the physical aspect to bring in clear mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Okay, so Indigo. Oh, there's 3 cards, so we'll see which one. Indigo. There's 3 that flew out, so I'm just gonna Indigo. Which one is it? Yeah, I thought so. So this is Archangel Michael, and he's going to help you with this radical self-care, coming through with the transmutation. And this is a really powerful card in showing that we are moving from transitioning and transformation into transmutation. So this is taking our ways of being and giving them an up-leveling and energy, and Archangel Michael will help with that. Indigo has her card, Paul, on another card, which is Gabriel, bringing in this beautiful energy of grace. And knowing that it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to contain struggle or pain. Grace lifts up and lightens up the energy for radical self-care. So Archangel Michael and Gabriel are going to be working with you this week in transmuting your radical self-care and bringing grace into the energy stream so that it feels, so that the flow, that you allow the flow and not pushing against or pulling apart. This is about ease and grace and transmuting into higher vibrations and frequencies that are available to us now. The first way to start those higher frequencies and vibrations is through the heart, and then the soul comes in with its knowing. So have a wonderful week ahead. Good luck with your radical self-care, and we look forward to seeing you next week. And we may be jumping on. Indigo might have a special surprise for everyone this week on Friday with some new moon intentions, working with this radical self-care, higher vibration and frequency. Hey, Indigo, you want to say goodbye to everyone? Okay, have a great week, everyone. And we will be sending you lots of love and light from our heart daily. Okay, namaste.